Hi everybody, just want to share a quick video of expressing how I kind of dealing with situations where you kind of get worked up, whether it be in-person confrontation or on the phone in conversation with somebody where things kind of get elevated or emotions start to get heated, and you can start to feel that vibration kind of building up inside of you. So what I've been doing for myself when these feelings start to build, I think I tell myself nice things. I basically tell myself that I am loved, that I am worthy, that I can communicate well. It's okay. This person's going through something. If the other person's being disgruntled, yelling at me. I had a situation with was coming out of the grocery store, and this I went and got in my car, was about to start it up. Somebody was yelling, "Fuck you, move, go already." And I was looking around, and I'm having a happy day. I don't even know what's going on. Hear all this commotion, and I look around trying to see what's going on, and it's this old man in a van next to my vehicle, and he's trying to pull out, but he's having trouble because things are maybe a little tight for him. And so I get out of my truck and I go around, and he starts to cuss at me, and he tells me I don't know how to park. And I look, and I'm in my lines, and everybody seems to be parked fine. I did, he did, everybody was fine. But he was having a little trouble, and he wanted to blame me for that trouble, and he was letting me know about it. And when he started yelling, and I realized it was directed towards me when I got out of the car, his negative energy like really jumped inside me. Like I felt it in my stomach. And the old Wade, the person I used to be and how I used to respond to things, I would have punched that old man straight in the mouth for saying what he was saying and trying to act like crazy. I would have showed him crazy. But I didn't respond that way. I've done a lot of hard work on myself to get to where I'm at now, and it's not necessary for me to respond with a bunch of anger and meet his vibrational energy, which was completely negative. And it was off the charts. I mean, he was screaming, his veins were sticking out, he could barely control himself. So I told him to calm down. I said everything's going to be all right, and that I would stand between the cars so he could back out, and if he was to, he won't hit my car because I'll be there, and if he was to hit anything, he would run into me, and I'm okay with that as long as he can get out safely. So he backed out, and everything was fine, and he was still just livid. Well, then when he pulls out, he kind of inches at me like he wants to run me down, but there's really no room for that, and he just kind of wants to continue to show his negative energy, like, screw you, you punk. But I wasn't acting like a punk at all. And he basically tore off and in complete pissed mode. And it made me think of my dad. And my dad would do that all the time. He'd get so pissed off about things he could not control outside of himself in the vehicle. Like we could be waiting for the light to turn green, and we're 20 cars back, and the second that light turns green, my dad would be flipping out on the very first car and all the other cars. Go already, hurry up, what the hell, what's taking so long? It's unnecessary. There's due process for things to go on, for traffic to begin to move, for this momentum, for you to do what you want. And he's pissed off because he wants to control everything in front of him and behind him and everybody, and the truth is all you can control is yourself. And so I was exercising my right to control my reactions to somebody else that was behaving in a negative way and bring a negative vibration towards me. I basically responded right away with not meeting him. Even though I felt it, I didn't respond the way I normally would in the past, which is punch him in the mouth, right? Or call him a bunch of dirty ass names and meet him on his vibrational level of negative. But I didn't. I basically worked the situation out. When the old man took off, I basically got back in my vehicle, and I continued to feel that feeling of that did not feel good at all. And what I did was I thought about my father and that my dad did the same thing, And I realized this about my dad. My dad was hurting inside in a lot of ways that I never understood, that stemmed from childhood, and he went to the war in Vietnam, and he abused himself with drugs and a lot of other ways through life. And this was a response, this was his reaction to life. He was upset with himself and disappointed with himself, and he was disappointed with life and the way a lot of things panned out. And his reaction was mad and upset and regretful and guilty, and he dealt with it with anger. And that was his way to lash out and release his inner pains. And I didn't realize that in my life. But now that I do realize that, I have to have compassion for my father. My father's dead now, but he died last year. I need to have compassion for these type of people. When that old man is yelling at me, it has nothing to do with me. So what I did was I basically started to pray for the old man, and I said, please make him feel better. I'm sorry that he's hurting, and thank you for the opportunity for me to run into him, to have this experience, because now I can give positive thoughts for this man in the world, and hopefully he can receive them and only send out good stuff towards them. And when I did that, all these negative feelings within me instantly disappeared. I mean, they dissipated instantly, and I felt my happy-go-lucky self all over again. And it really taught me something. It taught me that I do have the ability to control the way I'm feeling inside. And if I offer the bad feelings love and kindness and understanding of something that maybe I don't even really understand, but give that lack of understanding compassion and empathy and love, and just know that it could be better, and that maybe somebody's hurting, that's why they're responding that way. It like healed me up. I mean, it was instant. Like the feelings, and in the past I would harbor those feelings in, and I would talk about that old man that cut me off or that said those things to me, to whoever would listen throughout the day. I would say, hey, I was at this grocery store and this old man did this, and I yelled at him back and I punched him in the face, and I would just have went on and created a whole lot more drama for myself and anybody else that wanted to listen to it. Now there is no drama. There really is no story to tell, except I think that it's maybe good for me to share the story that when you don't respond that way, things are really good. The old man's still upset and he went off, but it didn't affect my life. It didn't affect my day, and it hasn't affected my life in a negative way since. In fact, it's been very positive, because I recognize that when I react and respond within myself towards these people acting like a bunch of jerks, that it really does me good. And me responding to them, maybe teaching them in a way that because when, like I said, when somebody acted like that to me, I would respond right back to them with the same energy. So I really wasn't teaching them anything. I was just showing them exactly what they were showing me, and nobody was growing from that. By me not reacting the way I used to and giving you some peace and some kindness and some understanding and dealing with it as best as I can in the most positive way, is teaching them that there's another way, and that society isn't full of a bunch of assholes. Although I have admitted in other videos I am an asshole at times, and it's just the bottom line. I'm not 100% a great guy all the time. I make mistakes and I fall down, but I'm catching myself when I'm slipping, and I'm doing better. And in that, it's making things better for me, and it's making the experience that I'm experiencing with other people that are negative a lot better for me. I can come home and still have peace of mind and still get a restful night's sleep, and I'm still very productive in my life, and good things are still coming into my life. I'm not creating a barrier and a roadblock for the abundance of good things to come to me. And I'm very grateful for the experience and to learn that lesson. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. And thank you for listening. And also, if you apply some of the stuff that I'm saying and it works for you, or you have an experience like this, please post comments down below and let me know what your situations are with dealing with negative people, and what are your positive ways of dealing with people, so when you come home, you don't have bad feelings either, and you can live a happy life. Thank you.